I never owned a mansion or a house with marble floors. Just a little place in the country with an old wooden porch. There was a kitchen full of laughter and a table made of pine. We didn't have a lot of money, but we had a good life. I've got a mansion over the hilltop, somewhere beyond this old dirt road. A little farther past the sunset, where I'll finally lay my burdens down. I may live simple here below, but there's a place waiting for me. I've got a mansion over the hilltop, and that's enough for me. I spent my younger years working with these two old hands of mine, cutting wood and fixing fences, trying to make a living right. There were winters we were hungry, there were summers without rain, but we'd sit beside the window and thank the Lord just the same. I've got a mansion over the hilltop, somewhere beyond this old dirt road. A little farther past the sunset, where I'll finally lay my burdens down. I may live simple here below, but there's a place waiting for me. I've got a mansion over the hilltop, and that's enough for me. Now my hair has turned to silver, and my walking days are slow. That old house is getting quieter as the years keep coming on. My children have their own homes now, and their children have grown too. Sometimes I sit out on the porch and watch the evening turn blue. I don't need much for tomorrow, I've already had my share. A faithful wife, some good children, and a God who met me there. When the road finally ends here, I won't have to wonder why. There's a home beyond the hilltop, waiting on the other side. So if you pass my little farmhouse and you see that porch light glow, you'll know an old man is remembering all the places he has known. And when this earthly road is over, I'll leave this old house behind for a mansion over the hilltop, where the morning never dies.
I remember winter morning when the snow was on the ground. My old friend had passed away, and there wasn't much to say. We stood beside that little church with our heads bowed down in prayer. And I remember thinking then, the Lord was with us there. There's coming an unclouded day when the Lord will call us home. No more tears and no more sorrow, no more walking here alone. I've trusted Him through clouded days, and He has brought me through. There's coming an unclouded day, and I'll see His promise true. I've known days when the sky was dark and the crops would not grow. I've watched a family worry when there wasn't much to show. But we'd gather around the table and Mama would bow her head. She'd thank the Lord for what we had and trust Him for our bread. There's coming an unclouded day when the Lord will call us home. No more tears and no more sorrow, no more walking here alone. I've trusted Him through cloudy days, and He has brought me through. There's coming an unclouded day, and I'll see His promise true. Now the years have changed the faces of the people that I knew. Some have gone ahead of me, and some are still here too. My own hair has turned to silver, and my eyes have grown dim. But the older I get, the more I trust in Him. I've learned that cloudy weather doesn't mean the sun is gone. Sometimes faith means waiting till the darkest night moves on. And when this earthly journey ends, I'll leave these clouds behind, for the Lord has promised better days and a home where the sun will shine. So I'll keep walking with my Savior till He says my journey's through. I don't need to see tomorrow, for I know that He is true. And when that morning finally comes, I'll look toward the eastern sky and thank the Lord for every mile before I say goodbye. There's coming an unclouded day when the Lord will call us home. No more tears and no more sorrow, no more walking here alone. I've trusted Him through cloudy days, and He has brought me through. There's coming an unclouded day, and I'll see His promise true.
Bought this old house many years ago, back when my hair was black. There was a little porch out front and a long dirt road out back. My children played around the garden while my wife hung clothes to dry. We didn't know those days would pass, we thought they'd never say goodbye. This world is not my home, I'm only passing through. I've got a home beyond this road where everything is made new. The Lord has been my keeper through every mile I've known. This world is not my home, I'm just headed farther home. I've watched the old town disappear as the years went rolling by. The store where we bought our groceries closed its doors one winter night. The neighbors moved to bigger cities and the church got smaller too. But every Sunday morning still know where I'm going to. This world is not my home, I'm only passing through. I've got a home beyond this road where everything is made new. The Lord has been my keeper through every mile I've known. This world is not my home, I'm just headed farther home. I've known some days of plenty and some days without much bread. I've knelt beside an empty chair for someone who had gone ahead. There were nights I couldn't understand why the Lord allowed the pain, but I learned to trust His wisdom, and I learned to pray again. I've still got work to finish while the Lord leaves me here. There are people I can pray for and a family I hold dear. But when He says it's time to leave, I won't be scared to roam. I've walked with Him all these years, and He'll lead me safely home. So let the young folks chase tomorrow, let them build their dreams anew. I've learned that earthly treasures don't stay with you. I'll keep my Bible by my chair and keep my old boots by the door. For every day I'm getting closer to the home I'm waiting for. This world is not my home, I'm only passing through. I've got a home beyond this road where everything is made new. The Lord has been my keeper through every mile I've known. This world is not my home, I'm just headed farther home. I woke up early this morning with the sunlight through the screen. That old truck was in the driveway, just the way it's always been. I've seen many roads behind me and a few more roads ahead, but the good Lord's been beside me every mile that I have tread. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be standing there somehow, with these old and tired hands and this weathered face of mine. I don't know just how it'll happen, but I know where I belong. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be going home. I remember when I was younger, had a wife and children too. We worked hard for what we had, like our fathers used to do. There were years when money got tight and the harvest wasn't good, but we'd sit around the kitchen and we'd pray like families should. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be standing there somehow, with these old and tired hands and this weathered face of mine. I don't know just how it'll happen, but I know where I belong. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be going home. Now the years have gone like seasons, and my children have grown old. Some have moved across the country, some have stories of their own. Sometimes I sit beside the window when the evening shadows fall, and I think about the people I once knew and loved so well. I ain't afraid of that morning, I've been walking toward it slow. Every year that passed behind me made the road a little known. So I'll keep this old heart thankful till my journey here is done, and I'll wait beside that doorway for the Father and His Son. So if you find me getting older, don't you worry about me none. I've had more than I deserved here, and I've seen the setting sun. There's a peace down in my old heart that this world could never give. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be glad I got to live.
There's an old picture on my table from a long time ago. My father standing by the doorway with his Sunday clothes on. Mama smiling in the middle with the children gathered near. We didn't know that little picture would become so dear. Will the circle be unbroken when we gather there someday? Will the Lord bring us together on that bright and endless day? I've trusted Him through every season, through the laughter and the tears, and I'm counting on His promise to carry us through the years. My brother left this world one winter, and my mother followed too. I still remember their old voices and the things they used to do. Sometimes I sit here in the evening and I miss those days gone by, but I know they're resting with the Savior, and I'll see them by and by. Will the circle be unbroken when we gather there someday? Will the Lord bring us together on that bright and endless day? I've trusted Him through every season, through the laughter and the tears, and I'm counting on His promise to carry us through the years. My children have their own children, and their lives are moving fast. Sometimes I wish I could hold them like I did in years gone past. I tell them about their great-grandparents and the faith they handed down. I tell them, keep walking with Jesus, He will never let you down. One day I'll leave this old house, and these boots will stay behind. There'll be an empty chair at supper and some memories on their minds. But don't you cry too long for me if the Lord has called me home. I've spent my whole life trusting Him, and I won't be going alone. When the morning finally finds me and I hear that trumpet sound, I'll leave this old familiar porch and lay my walking stick down. If there's a road beyond the river, I'll be ready for the ride. For Jesus has been with me, and He'll be waiting on the other side. Will the circle be unbroken when we gather there someday?
trusted him through every season, through the laughter and the tears, and I'm counting on his promise to carry us through the years. So I'll leave this porch light burning for whoever comes along, and I'll keep believing in Lord till he calls this old man home. I used to ask my father why the good man had to hurt, why some folks worked their whole lives and still came up with less. He'd sit beside the wood stove and let the silence have its way. Then he'd say, son, trust the Lord, we'll understand someday. Farther along we'll understand it, farther along we'll know. The Lord has seen every mile we walked and every tear we've known. There are things I cannot answer, there are things I'll never know, but I'll keep trusting Jesus till he tells me where they go. I've watched a farmer lose his harvest after working all the year. I've seen a mother lose her child and watched her pray through tears. I've stood beside the graveside of men I thought would never die, and wondered why the Lord allows such sorrow in this life. Farther along we'll understand it, farther along we'll know. The Lord has seen every mile we walked and every tear we've known. There are things I cannot answer, there are things I'll never know, but I'll keep trusting Jesus till he tells me where they go. I'm sitting by my window and my younger days are gone. I have more memories behind me than I have mornings coming on. I don't pretend to know God's reasons for every road I've had to take, but I've learned to trust his wisdom even when my heart would break. Maybe when I cross that river I'll see clearly for the first time why the Lord allowed the sorrow and why he gave me certain trials. Until that morning finds me, I'll keep walking as I know, with my Bible in my old hands and my Savior leading home. So if you're walking through a valley and you don't know what to do, don't think the Lord has left you, he is walking there with you. Some answers may come tomorrow, some may wait beyond this life, but the God who kept me all these years will keep you through the night. Farther along we'll understand it, farther along we'll know. The Lord has seen every mile we walked and every tear we've known. There are things I cannot answer, there are things I'll never know, but I'll keep trusting Jesus till he calls me home. Give me that old-time religion. When I was just a boy, we'd walk that dusty country road with nothing but our joy. There was an old man at the doorway with a Bible in his hand. He'd tell us how the Lord had helped him, and we'd all try to understand. Give me that old-time religion, the kind my daddy knew, the kind that held a family together when the hard times came through. It taught me how to trust the Savior and keep my heart sincere. Give me that old-time religion, I've carried it all these years. Mama used to kneel beside the bed when the day was finally through. She'd pray for every child by name like only a mother could do. We didn't have a lot of answers when trouble came our way, but Mama always said, trust the Lord, He'll see you through the day. Give me that old-time religion, the kind my daddy knew, the kind that held a family together when the hard times came through. It taught me how to trust the Savior and keep my heart sincere. Give me that old-time religion, I've carried it all these years. I remember those old Sunday nights when everybody would sing. An old guitar and a worn-out hymnal were about all we could bring. Some voices weren't so pretty, but nobody seemed to care. We were thankful just to gather and know the Lord was there. I've seen the world change around me, I've watched the years roll by. I've seen some people lose their faith when life did not go right. But I've learned one thing from living, through the good and through the bad. The Lord has never left me, and that's the greatest thing I've had. Now my grandchildren ask me why I still believe the same. I tell them about their great-grandmother and the Savior's faithful name. I tell them faith is not a promise, that the road will always be easy. It's knowing God will walk beside you when your heart is tired and weary. Give me that old-time religion, the kind my daddy knew, the kind that carried us through sorrow and brought us safely through. I'll keep trusting in the Savior till these old eyes close. Give me that old-time religion and I'll follow where He goes. Give me that old-time religion. I'll meet you in the morning. I remember Sunday Lane. I take my family to the little church, and we'd sing those old songs again. We didn't have much money, but the Lord was good to us. He gave us bread upon the table and taught us how to trust. I'll meet you in the morning when the Lord calls me home. I'll walk through those gates of glory where the weary never roam. I walk this road with Jesus, and He's been faithful all the way. I'll meet you in the morning on that bright and glorious day. There were years when work was scarce and the bills were hard to pay. I remember kneeling by my bedside, asking God to make a way. Sometimes the answer took a while, sometimes I couldn't see. But looking back across the year, the Lord was carrying me. I'll meet you in the morning when the Lord calls me home. I'll walk through those gates of glory where the weary never roam. I'll walk this road with Jesus, and He's been faithful all the way. I'll meet you in the morning on that bright and glorious day. I've buried friends and family, and I've shed my share of tears, but the Lord stayed right beside me through the hardest of my years. Now these old hands are tired, and my footsteps have grown slow, but I know the hand that leads me, and I know where I will go. I don't fear that final morning, for my Savior knows my name. He has walked beside me here below, and He'll lead me home the same. When this old road is finished and I lay these burdens down, I'll wake up in the morning in that everlasting town. So I'll sit here on my porch tonight and thank the Lord once more for every mile He walked beside me and every open door. I've had my share of trouble, I've had more blessings than I know, and when Jesus calls me homeward, I'll be ready to go. I'll meet you in the morning when the Lord calls me home. I'll walk through those gates of glory where the weary never roam. I've walked this road with Jesus, and He's been faithful all the way. I'll meet you in the morning on that bright and glorious day.
I've traveled many country roads since I was a younger man. I worked beneath the summer sun and done the best I can. I've watched the seasons come and go, I've watched my children grow, and through the years I've learned one thing: the Lord has been my home. Just over in the glory land, that's where I'm going someday.
When this old road finally reaches its end, the Lord will lead the way. I've got no fear of leaving, for Jesus walks beside me still. Just over in the glory land, I'll see His promise fulfilled. There were times I lost my paycheck and didn't know what I'd do. I'd sit alone beside the porch and ask the Lord to pull me through. I never heard a thunder or saw a miracle that night, but somehow by the morning He always made things right. Just over in the glory land, that's where I'm going someday. When this old road finally reaches its end, the Lord will lead the way. I've got no fear of leaving, for Jesus walks beside me still. Just over in the glory land, I'll see His promise fulfilled. I've stood beside some gravesites and said goodbye to friends. I've wondered why the good ones sometimes have to leave so soon. But my Bible tells me plainly that death is not the end. For those who trust in Jesus, we'll meet again someday. So let the young folks hurry, let them chase what they can find. I've learned that earthly treasures won't satisfy the mind. Give me a little country home, a Bible and a chair, and faith enough to trust the Lord until He calls me there. These days my steps are slower and my hands don't work as before, but every morning that I'm given, I thank the Lord once more. And if tomorrow is the morning when He calls this old man home, I'll leave this road behind me, for glory is where I belong. Just over in the glory land, that's where I'm going someday. When this old road finally reaches its end, the Lord will lead the way. I've got no fear of leaving, for Jesus walks beside me still. Just over in the glory land, I'll see His promise fulfilled. Just over in the glory land, that's where I'm going someday. When this old road finally reaches its end, the Lord will lead the way. I've got no fear of leaving, for Jesus walks beside me still. Just over in the glory land, I'll see His promise fulfilled.
I was just a young man working when the hard times came around. There were weeks without a paycheck and the cupboards getting bare. I remember sitting with my wife at our old kitchen table. We didn't know what lay ahead, but we knew that God was able. I'm leaning on the Lord, He's been faithful all my years. When I couldn't see the road ahead, He walked me through my fears. I have stumbled, I have fallen, but He never let me go. I'm leaning on the Lord, and He has brought me home. There were nights I sat beside the bed when one of my children was sick. I prayed until the morning, asking God to help us through. I couldn't fix a problem, there wasn't much that I could do. So I placed it in the Savior's hands and trusted He knew what to do. I'm leaning on the Lord, He's been faithful
faithful all my years. When I couldn't see the road ahead, He walked me through my fear. I have stumbled, I have fallen, but He never let me go. I'm leaning on the Lord, and He has brought me home. I've seen my children leave the house and start their lives alone. I've watched the years turn silver and the grandchildren come along. I've buried some good people who once sat beside me here. But through every loss and every joy, the Lord has kept me near. Now these old bones are getting tired, and my eyes don't see as well. But I don't fear the years ahead, because I know the one I trust. If tomorrow brings another trial, I'll face it as I've done. I'll put my hand in Jesus' hand until my journey's done. So tonight I'll close this old Bible and set it by my chair. I'll thank the Lord for every mile and every answered prayer. I don't know how many mornings He will give this old man, but as long as I am breathing, I'll keep leaning on His hand. I'm leaning on the Lord. He's been faithful all my years. When I couldn't see the road ahead, He walked me through my fears. I have stumbled, I have fallen, but He never let me go. I'm leaning on the Lord, and He has brought me home. I'm leaning on the Lord. He's been faithful all my years. When I couldn't see the road ahead, He walked me through my fears. I have stumbled, I have fallen, but He never let me go. I'm leaning on the Lord, and He has brought me home.